Thanks, Dave. Well, is your yard looking a little bare these days? Are you considering planting some trees, perhaps? There are a few things you want to consider, though, before you dig in. That's why we have our home and garden expert, Larry Pfarr.
We are talking about growing and planting trees today. The tips I'm going to show you are for potted trees. If you're doing a balled and burlap tree, some of the tips will vary a little bit, especially when it comes to how you plant it in the hole. The first thing you want to do before you ever buy a tree is know your conditions. Know your soil types, sandy, clay, good organic matter. Make sure you buy a tree for those conditions, but also know how much space you have. Make sure you have enough room away from your house, your garage. There's no power lines overhead, and buy a tree that will not get too big for the conditions you have. Now, once you've got that tree selected and you got it home, you want to measure and get the hole dug, but then you want to take the tree out of the pot and you want to score those roots. You can see all these roots growing around. By scoring it, that will help get those roots to grow out a little bit. Now, once you've got that done, the hole itself, what you want to do is dig a hole 3 to 4 times wider than the pot. Make sure the depth is correctly, and make sure that hole is very rough. You want those roots to grow out, hit those jagged edges, and start growing out even more. Now, once you start filling the soil back in, if you've got not so good soil, buy some organic matter, some compost, mix it 50% your soil, 50% organic matter, mix those together, and then fill the hole with that. Make sure as you're filling with soil, you keep watering to get all the air pockets out, and fertilize it with either an Osmocote slow release fertilizer or some type of root stimulator. That will help stimulate those roots. I like to put cypress mulch around my trees. Do that 2 to 3 feet around the hole. That will keep the weeds down, it will keep the moisture in, and it will keep your lawnmower from hitting that. Now, staking trees is not necessary. The reason being is staked trees don't move in the wind. By moving in the wind, it helps create a stronger root system to keep that tree growing and healthy. If your tree leans over, then you can stake it. There are some tips for getting some beautiful trees growing in your yard. For Get Growing, I'm Larry Pfarr.
Always very helpful, Larry. Let's get back to Dave now. Dave, you just told us we've got a kind of half and half weekend. So what's the best time to get outside and get growing?
Right now it looks like a small window, Leah, on Saturday. Because of all the showers, they're going to stick around until about 3 in the afternoon. So only 3 to 6. Saturday's high about 72. On Sunday, a much larger window. So you have plenty of time to get out in the yard and garden. We're talking 8 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. Should be a sunny day, but a cool day. High temperature only around 71. So a perfect day for getting out and working in the yard and garden, Leah. Not expecting any more heavy rain until maybe late tomorrow night.
All right, well, Sunday sure looks good. Thanks, Dave. We're helping you get growing every Thursday right here at 6 o'clock on 5 Eyewitness News.